I think, what we're looking at is we're looking at experience. We're 23 guys returning out of 35. Flexibility in the infield, should be some immediate production and impact from some first-time players, freshmen and transfers. And then we've got, a lot of experience in the outfield as well, and some moving parts. So on that side of the ball, that's exciting because you have some defensive movement, you have some left-right options, which I think are good. We're not a definitive set 1 through 9 type of lineup. I mean, there's certain guys that have their roles, and they will continue to have their roles, but there's some moving pieces, which is a positive. They've taken care of the ball up to this particular point in the fall and in January, and that's a huge priority. I mean, we have to continue to cut down on free opportunities, giving teams instant offense by just either walks, poor hit by pitches, errors. Those are things that every team is looking, to cut back on. So we've shown the propensity to pick up the baseball, and it's been a good trait for us to be able to do that. On the pitching side of the ball, you're looking at getting healthy. I think that's where we're kind of at. We've got Friedrichs and Strufen returning from Tommy John. We have another incoming recruit who's, going to be very good. Had Tommy John in March. He will be, coming up on 12 months post-op, so we can get out of that cautious window with him. And then Stassi and Alexander are two. Stassi was here before, led our team in ERA last year. He's working his way back. He won't be completely healthy by the weekend, or by this next weekend. And then Alexander as well is working his way back. We have a lot of guys that are getting healthy that can be starters, which is going to, spread out our staff and create, some good roles as we continue to go. So I like the pitching staff on paper because there's a lot there. It's all got to get healthy, and we've got to define some roles, as we continue to move forward. Well, I think when you play that type of schedule, you're looking at it to pay dividends, because that's the road and the teams that you want to go through and have to go through if you get into the postseason. I mean, trying to decipher the postseason and how you get in with wins and losses and RPI and strength of schedule, I'm not very good at that. But what I do know is that I like playing good competition, and this season's schedule is no different. This season's schedule is arguably one of the tougher ones that I've had as a head coach from my first one, where we played 5 non-conference weekends against Pac-12 opponents. This year we're actually going out of the area and still getting really good baseball teams. So I think it's going to depend on them. It's really going to depend on them. What have they learned? What are they going to get better at? The margin for error will be thin when you're playing against quality opponents, but I think the experience of these guys being around, their ability to not lose confidence because they're not winning games, if in fact that is the case in the beginning, we need to continue with the process and keep playing the game. Play the game, get better at the game, and I'll stack up, what we have here with who we're going to play, and we'll compete. There's no question about that.